Hello YouTube friends, my name is Kristen Hoffman. I'm a mom of 3 who loves thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living, and I am here to welcome you into our home today. For those of you who have been following along, you guys probably saw my video from May. We've been in our house about 6 months at this point, and you guys, we have done so much work to this place. If you guys are familiar with me, you guys probably saw the video that I uploaded in May when we finally moved into our house. We signed the papers in January and it felt like an eternity for us to finally get in here. I showed you guys exactly what this place looked like when we bought it. It is a beautiful house, but it needed a lot of work. So our renovations are finally about 90% done, and our decorations are up, our walls are painted, and we are finally ready to show you guys what the house looks like. Okay, I need to preface this by saying that we just finally had a housewarming party this past weekend, like 2 days ago. So I was trying to get this video done while our house was all put together, but I will say there is still a little bit of mess as far as like the cleanliness of our house. There was a lot of crumbs, y'all. We had a lot of kids here, and I just don't have the time to clean it all up before I do this video. So forgive me if you see like a little bit of mess in the yard or crumbs on the floor or drinks in the corner. Honestly, it's a lot of work to get this all cleaned up. So I thought that you guys were worth us just going forward and doing it, as opposed to making sure that every last thing is absolutely perfect. This is our guest room, and you guys, this is that dark green color that I told you I was gonna paint it. In this lighting, it actually looks pretty good, but I admit, I think it might be a little bit too dark. You guys will probably better understand what I mean in some future footage. But I have made 5 beds this morning, my life. The last bed that I need to make is this one. So I know what you're saying. This bed is already made. This is our quilt that I got at the Goodwill outlet recently. I've got some pillows from our bed that we had in our old house. But thankfully, Brooklinen reached out to me and offered to send me some new linen bedding. The sheets that we have on this bed are fine. I think that they were like mainstays, you know, like Walmart cheap brand cotton sheets that I got from the thrift store. So they were $1.99. So I'm very excited because we have 3 different sets of friends and family from Missouri, some from California, and some from Texas, all coming to stay with us over the next 3 weeks. Y'all, I don't know why we do this for ourselves, but the Lord has really been speaking to us about hospitality, and we really want this to be an open place where people can always come and stay with us. So this is our room that people stay with us in. It's also Ivy's bedroom. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started opening these so I can show you guys what they sent us. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. Okay, y'all, so high quality bed sheets are like really expensive. Brooklinen gives you the quality and comfort at a way better price by cutting out the middleman. They were founded on the philosophy that people deserve simple, beautiful home essentials without the luxury markup. Brooklinen is offering my viewers a special discount of $20 off an order of $100 or more. So all you have to do is just click the link below and use my special code. We love our Brooklinen sheets that we have on our original bed, so when they reached out to us again, I was just over the moon and so excited to work with them. So let's see what we got. So you spend 1/3 of your life in sheets, so wouldn't you want them to be like insanely comfortable? When you sleep, you should sleep well and on hotel quality sheets that don't cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, this is a pillow, I just realized. Fluff that sucker up. So Brooklinen sheets are tried and true, and they have over 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company. They have 500,000 happy sleepers and counting. So these sheets are made of 100% linen in Portugal. Linen is the lightest, most breathable fabric that there is. It's light yet cozy, and it's perfect for warm days and cool nights. For my other room, I got white ones, but for this room, I wound up getting this kind of like tan beige color. I just thought it might go a little bit better with the current bedding that we have. Not that white would have been bad, but Josh wanted me to mix it up this time, so we're going with this one this time. Oh, and I got this cute quilt, you guys. Look at this. I'll show it to you better when it's outside the package. So you can shop for your linen hardcore bundle from the comfort of your own home. You have the ability to mix and match over 20 plus colors and patterns. You can also select extra pillowcases or duvet covers and all that good stuff. I'll show you guys a little example of it over here. So we've actually been sleeping on Brooklinen sheets for about probably 3 months now. and we love them. They honestly are way softer than I had ever anticipated. Josh and I sleep great, but that could also be because we finally have a king size bed 10 years into our marriage. But honestly, my Brooklinen sheets are the most comfortable sheets that I've ever slept on, and I could not recommend them more. Let's get these suckers on the bed. I'll give you guys a little close up just to kind of let you guys see what they look like right now. Okay, so here these are. They're so pretty. I want to give you guys just a little bit of an up close so you can have an idea of how they move and what they look like really close. Look at that beautiful linen quilt. I can't wait to put that on. And then these are their down pillows that I got because I love down. So I'm gonna get these on the bed and then I will show you guys when I get to this room on my home tour. This linen hardcore sheet bundle includes one core sheet set, which includes one flat sheet, one fitted sheet, and 2 pillowcases, 1 duvet cover, and 2 extra pillowcases. All right, so I'm so excited to share with you guys some of the renovations that we've been doing on the house. We have done so much. I almost am afraid that I'm gonna forget some of these. First of all, our stairs and our porch were in such poor condition. We wound up having to completely rip out the stairs and put in new stairs and railing. We also power washed, sanded, and repainted all of the deck, floors, and the railings, everything. I wanted to make sure that my little girls could run and crawl all over this thing and I would not have to worry about any splinters or paint chips coming up. We also completely repainted our fence. Before it was only painted white on the outside and it was raw wood on the inside. And so we had it all completely repainted white on the inside and outside, which just seemed like the right thing to do, you know? We also replaced this hanging pendant light with something classic. Before it was a standard globe light that just had a lot of bugs in it. Okay, and walking through our front door, we come right into our dining room with this beautiful table that was left to us by the previous owners. The owner who had built it, him and his family came over recently and they all signed the bottom of it. They originally had it painted chippy white, but we decided to strip it back to the original wood. We're still working on it, but we did not disturb the parents' names and the names of all 6 of their children, which are written underneath. Here are the beginnings of the wainscoting that is throughout the entire house. We also painted the sides of the stairs white, so it wasn't just a brown block going all the way up the wall. Here you can see the inside of my cabinet, which is very poorly styled. This has to be a video for another time, but as for now, I feel like I've got all the decor in the world, but somehow I still don't have enough to nicely arrange in a beautiful hutch like this. Here you can see the wainscoting throughout the entire main level. We have this type in the dining room and parlor room. We've got chair rail in our room and the guest room, and then we put a beadboard wainscoting in the kitchen and in the porch room. We did replace the hanging pendant light with this black one. It originally was not black, but I took it out back and spray painted it. One of my favorite finds was this faux fireplace. This house had everything I could ever hope for on my bucket list, except for a fireplace. So when I found this, I could not wait to install it and put it in as if it had been here the whole time. Here are these Currier and Ives prints from this book here on the table that I decided to pull out and frame. I thought they turned out beautifully along with all of our plants. It is my dream to just live in a farmhouse jungle. Here you can see a little bit of what our floors looked like before. They were in terrible shape, so we actually had all of the floors refinished on the main level and the upstairs level. The only rooms that were not redone would be the guest room downstairs and the playroom upstairs. Somehow we ended up with a lot of birds in our room. That was not a planned thing, but somehow all of the artwork and the lamps are all bird themed in here. Here in our closet, we decided to add an additional 2 sets of shelves. The ceilings are so high in this house, and we really wanted to capitalize on that height for storage. Here we are going into Ivy's room, which is also our guest room. I actually found some photos of me when I was a baby, and I didn't realize that I also had this same Jenny Lynn style crib when I was a baby, which I thought was pretty special. Along with a couple of vintage quilts. This is just kind of where we have her for now. We're not sure where we're gonna move her in the future. And here finally is the reveal of the Brooklinen sheets. I don't know about y'all, but I think that this looks so beautiful. The quilted linen in particular is so cozy, and the sheets are just always a win. They're really great. Here is another close-up of our floors that were redone. We are just in love. They are so beautiful. All right, and here we are heading into the kitchen. Before, y'all, this kitchen was a trip. It had mint green walls and these stripy floors. It was really cute if you saw how it was decorated before, but it was just not us, and so we decided to change it up quite a bit in here. First of all, we completely stripped all of the paint. It had been painted twice, and we stripped all that paint off the floor and tried to restore the wood floors as well as possible. We bought brand new schoolhouse pendant lights that hang lower. It seemed a little bit more appropriate with the height of the room. Here is a better look at how they're looking right now. They're pretty rough underneath, but I would still prefer this over a painted floor. I really should give you guys a kitchen tour sometime to show you all the cool stuff that we have here and tell you about where I found it and the stories behind all of these beautiful items. I will have to do that here soon. In here you can also see that we added the beadboard and this pegboard, which we hang all kinds of stuff on. Our contractor insisted on doing this the way that they would have done it back in the early 1900s and not buying it in sheets like you can today. I think that it makes it look very authentic, and he put a lot of care and love into this project. This bathroom before it was okay. It wasn't bad or anything like that, but we just had some changes we wanted to make. The tub was the same kind of teal mint green that flowed along with the kitchen, but because we were getting rid of that, I decided to paint it black. I also painted this little cabinet that you guys saw me get at the garage sale this past summer. I painted the shelf on the wall and around the medicine cabinet to just try to continue that color palette. I also plan on painting the inside of the door and all of the trim in this room the same gray-green color. And going into the porch room, this room was so cool. The previous owner said it was their favorite room in the house, but it could use a little bit of an update. So there was multiple woods going on here. As you can see, there's cedar on the walls, there's barnwood on the ceiling, and then the floors are like a faux wood. And we just can't have 3 types of wood going on. So we wound up painting all of the trim and the beadboard, adding more beadboard so that it continued all the way around the room. And then we did this really cool whitewash treatment on the ceiling barnwood so that you can still see all the character underneath, but it wasn't so much wood tones going on. And here we brought our awesome leather sofa that we got for 140 bucks and most of our taxidermy. I really tried to make this room more of a masculine feel and our parlor more of a feminine feel. Added in a gallery wall as well of all of the more masculine prints that we had. Fortunately, all of the color tones really seem to go together nicely, and I would love to continue to add to this until the entire wall is filled. I also did a painter's tarp curtain that I've seen done on YouTube before. Josh and I got this rug on our honeymoon and we just love it. In the backyard, we did wind up putting up the pool. We swam in it all summer, and now it is time to put that thing away. We bought these beautiful Adirondack chairs that are my absolute favorite, including a couple of rockers from World Market, which are beautiful. The side porch is still a work in progress. It's actually even changed since this was filmed. I have all of our ferns in there that are going to be going out in the springtime, and it completely fills the room. It's so beautiful. In here, I'm displaying my blue plates and really just taking in all of this light. We've got our dinner bell here. Whenever the girls are out playing with the neighbors, I stand outside and ring it whenever they need to come home. Upstairs in our bathroom, it's pretty much the same as it was before. We just added in some rugs and towels and a little bit of artwork and a toilet paper holder. Rosie's room may have been in the absolute worst condition of all the rooms in the house. As you can see, it had a bright mural on the wall and her floors were absolutely trashed. Now you can see we redid the floors upstairs as well, and they're just looking absolutely gorgeous. We are so thankful for the hardworking men who came and did this for us. We did another little gallery wall around Rosie's vanity of all of the small, youthful, and feminine paintings that we have. Ruby's floors were not as bad as Rosie's, but they still weren't in great shape, and we had a lot of really dark purple paint to go over. And here it is with our furniture that we inherited from my step grandma, I guess you could call her. She gifted this to us this summer, and we were so excited to receive this, as well as the furniture in Rosie's room. Here is the playroom before we ever moved in. We really needed to paint these walls as well as the floors, but there was just no way that we were going to be able to get this done before we had to move in all of our stuff. And so it is still in the same condition. It does not look great even to this day, but we just put a rug over most of the really bad areas. Here's how it looks now. One of these quilts my great-grandmother made on the bed. The other one is somewhere around here. But we just wanted any of the girls' school items and play items and anything that has to do with cousins sleeping over and friends hanging out. Everything goes in this room. We just really wanted it to be a retreat for the kids who come and visit us. It's so cool to see the eyes of the kids who visit us just light up when they come into this room. There's so much fun stuff in here to do and play with. We did replace the lights that were in this room with these new sconces. I thought that they were really cute and appropriate with the age of the house. I've got some work to do over in the actual play area. We've got some little quilts that my grandma made for the doll beds and everything. These are some toys that used to be my mom's when she was little, as well as a doll that used to be hers on the next shelf. I love to collect vintage toys along with some of these modern Hazel Village or Melissa and Doug toys. My grandma stitched this wall hanging for us when we got married. It says, "Those who sleep under a quilt sleep under a blanket of love." And here you guys can see that wedding quilt. Oh, and there's the other quilt that my great grandma made. Y'all, thank you again for joining me on my home tour. This has been a crazy undertaking. Just ask any YouTuber when it comes to showing your whole house. It's like almost overwhelming, especially if you are a hosting family, especially if you have small children, which we have 3. I'm so thankful for you guys all being here. Thank you to Brooklinen for sending us this beautiful bedding. Again, if you guys want to get $20 off of your order of $100 or more, go ahead and click the link below and use my code. And hopefully I can do another one of these when our landscaping is looking a little bit better in the front. Inside of our house is looking pretty good, but the outside can definitely use some love. And I realized this year that I am not a gardener, but I need to be. I need to learn. If you guys have any tips on gardening, please let me know below in the comments. If you guys are not already, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And you guys ring that bell so that you get a notification every time I post a new video. My goal is every Sunday, but don't hold me to it. But that's what it's been for the last half a year. All right, guys. Well, we will see you next time. Bye.